Hi everyone, it's Justine. Today we're discussing fashion silhouettes and different types of dresses. This time I'll be using physical examples, pictures cut out from magazines, so I can draw on them and you can see better. The poses that I have chosen also happen to be really nice ones to draw. So if you press pause and make screenshots as we go when I show the examples, then you'll end up with a very good series of reference pictures for your future illustrations. So it's like a two-in-one video, so to say. Okay, let's go. First one. A classic. That's an A-line mini dress. It's adjusted at the waist and it's getting just a little bit wider towards the hemline. This silhouette is used by designers a lot because it hides the hips. And that's really useful for women who have a so-called pear-shaped body and like to hide their hips a little. And since the pear is the most common body type, A-line clothing has a really big market potential. If you lengthen an A-line dress, you will get this. Here the dress has got puff sleeves, which is a nice trick if you ask me, when you want to balance out for how wide the dress is at the bottom. It makes a really good equilibrium between the top and the bottom. Another type of silhouette is the H-line. This one is a shirt dress that looks quite straight in its length. It fits very well rectangle-shaped bodies and hourglass bodies. It isn't tight anywhere, if you see. If it wasn't for the slit on the side, it would be a very comfortable dress type and probably a good basic to have in your closet. One side note though, the camera here is lower than the girl is. While it does look good because it's lengthening her legs, it doesn't quite show the right proportions of the garment. So if I had to draw this girl, I would place the eye back to where her waist is, so to say. Now let's make the dress even tighter. It's an I-line, more adjusted at the waist level. The bodice, so the upper part, is tighter, and at the hem level we're just giving her enough space to be able to walk, but that's it. Can we go even tighter? Yes, we can. But then we need a trick so that she's still able to walk. Two options here. The first one is the pencil skirt. This one you probably know. It stops just below the knee and it usually has a slit at the back called a vent, an opening, so that she can actually walk. The second option is the one chosen here. If you go below the knee, then you need to go wider as soon as you pass below the knee. And here they went so wide that this pencil skirt actually ends in a mermaid shape, which is another silhouette type. By the way, this pose is absolutely unnatural. Try it in front of a mirror and you'll understand what I mean. But when she stands like that, I find the pose very, very pretty. It's very Vogue. Now we're going to give the girl more space to move again. This dress has a princess line. What's the difference between A-line and princess line, you might ask? And that's a good question. The hem of a princess dress is much wider, and you can see it thanks to the nice folds at the bottom, at the level of the hem. The dress falls very nicely from the waist down. Princess dresses are usually below the knee or even longer, so that you can actually see that fall of the fabric. Oh, and by the way, it's a great S-curve. It's perfect for fashion illustration. The pose is great. Now let's add drama. I believe this dress to be quite close to a fashion photographer's dream. The dress does not only go down to the floor and beyond, it also has volume on the hips. It's a bit of an hourglass-line dress as well, with a fabulous bustier on top. And what I believe to be hand painting on the elements on the length of the dress. OMG. This one is also quite dramatic and it involves hours of handwork. It has a bit of a peg shape, which is volume not around the hips but around the thighs, a little bit lower, and then it narrows down a little bit towards the knees. You can see that it's a slight peg shape. The bottom then is called a high-low hem. It was used often in ready-to-wear in the last seasons as well. It's typically made of knitted fabric, so jerseys, because it's cheap, it's nice, it's stretchy, and it works very well as a summer dress or skirt. Until now, we have only seen dresses that had a waist. Have you noticed? Well, this dress doesn't have a waist. It's called a tent-line silhouette. It's extremely comfortable and it has something young about it for some reasons. It makes you look younger. Balenciaga designed with that silhouette, for instance, in times where thin waist was in. Think of Dior's new look. Imagine what a contrast that was. Now that you have seen those examples, you could technically design your own dresses by just playing around with the fit, the length, the waistline, the hemline. And we haven't mentioned the neckline or the sleeves question until now. So those parameters give you extra opportunities to play around and create new silhouettes. Now you probably understand why dress designer is a job in itself within fashion design. There are just so many options. And once you're done with the silhouette, you're not done with the design yet. You still have so many opportunities in terms of texture, in terms of fabric type, heavy or light, patterns, finishing, decoration. It's like endless. Fashion design can be really, really, really creative. Was this video useful? If yes, thumb up. Thank you so much. And if you want more fashion design, fashion drawing, fashion trends, fashion videos, you can also subscribe to my channel. We have seen several examples of bustiers / corsets. So here I link a video about a corset that I made. And here's my video from last week, episode 2 of this series about trend hunting. I see you next Sunday for a new video. And until then, take care. Bye bye.